they just confirmed that Barbarella remake is going forward. How do you think that could work? Oh, Barbarella? Oh, man. I don't know. Boobs? Lean into the boobs? I don't know. I think that have those front and center. Oh, here, let me see this. All right, gotta get rid of all this stew. I'm losing control of my life. All right. Deadline. New Barbarella movie starring Sydney Sweeney. There you go. Boobs. What did I just say? Lead with boobs. There you go, chat. Sydney Sweeney, she's got a hell of a pair. Eyes Jane Goldman, Honey Ross to co-write with Edgar Wright and talks to her. I thought he was doing The Running Man. Following the success of her most recent Sony pick, Anyone But You, the studio isn't wasting any time in the Sydney Sweeney business. As sources tell Deadline, Jane Goldman and Honey Ross are in negotiations to pen a new Barbarella pick starring Sweeney with Edgar Wright and talks to direct. Film is still in development, given Sweeney's busy schedule and Wright deep in the prep on his Running Man. Oh, so this will be afterwards. Okay, with Glenn, reboot with Glenn Powell starring, so the project will not be next up for either of them. Got it. Well, they'll take their time with it then. Even so, Goldman and Ross, being Brown, the pen clearly shows studios not messing around and getting this film right. Yeah, clearly. And see, this is a big franchise for all parties. Goldman has helped launch such successful franchises like the rebooted X-Men movies, starring James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. And Matthew Vaughn's Kingdom of Secret Service. Why'd you have to say that? Now, I don't like the sound of that at all. I was like, Ryan's been eyeing the project for some time, taking a meeting with Sweeney right after his first announcement, only committed to develop a project as something he would potentially direct. Okay, because he's going to be busy with The Running Man. So I would not, okay. So to be honest, like reading this story, I would not be surprised if Edgar Wright does not direct this, but maybe produces it, possibly produce, which he has done. He's produced, several other films. Do you feel like, oh, this was directed by Edgar Wright? Actually, it wasn't. It was actually produced by him. Stuff like Attack the Block, right? So, because he's going to do Running Man first, see how that goes. It's never been a good remake of an Arnold Schwarzenegger film, so curious about that. But, okay, say he was to direct it. Say he was to direct this movie and get Sydney Sweeney starring in it. Sydney Sweeney, her popularity is growing, so a good get, no doubt about that. Barbarella is a very healthy character. So, lean with the boobs, definitely. I mean, the thing is, if they decide, not to... Barbarella is a very sensual, sexual character. She uses her body in all sorts of ways throughout that original film. Some would say gratuitous, but it is a part of the character. The thing is, it's like if they choose to lean away from that, you're going to piss off a lot of people. So, you got to make that a part of the character. It's like, don't lean away from it. Lead with it. But also be sure to, write a goddamn compelling, fun, interesting story that people can engage with, And keep it cheap. Keep it inexpensive. That's the other thing. Don't give this, a huge budget. I think it would be a huge mistake. We're going to have $100 million, $150 million. No, don't do that. Have a reasonable budget for this film. So I feel like that is probably for the best. So we'll see. This project might not even come to light in any case. Because Sydney Sweeney's she's in demand right now for a variety of reasons. People are really interested in her, and not just because of her body, but because, she's really proven herself as an actor. So, but Edgar Wright's also a busy man. Edgar Wright's been attached to more projects than he's directed at this point. So, I don't know. We'll see. What gets me concerned is, the producers, on the people that brought you the reboot X-Men films, there were some good ones in that, but then Apocalypse On, oofa. I'm not even the biggest defender. I'm a fan of not defender the movie. Biggest fan of First Class. Love Days of Future Past though. The Kingsman outside the first one, So I don't know. We'll see. What about you guys? How do you feel about this show? Think of another 100 biddies. Appreciate that. Make my heart pitter patter. Oh, no. Let's see here. MC Hammer does The Running Man. Edgar Wright just learned the electric slide. Can't see Sweeney in it and make it about everything but boobs. Watch that explode. Yeah, people would be pissed off. You have to lean into the sensuality of that character. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not saying you make it all about her body, but that has to have a role in it. Okay? Not trying to be I'm not trying to be gratuitous, but that's a part of the property. So let's see here. Still gotta watch the original movie. I've only seen the opening credits for research purposes. The poor girl, she's being entirely sexualized. To an extent, yeah. Yeah. Research. Let's see here. And everything needs $100 million budget. Agreed. Agreed, Darkslayer. Sure, first class and his pass. Oh, look at that. What an enigma. Edgar Wright is British Guillermo del Toro. Yeah, he's been attached to so many things, and oh, nope. Workout's great. Think it would be a fun popcorn movie in the right hands. I think so. I think you can have a lot of fun with that. You know, I mean, it's not like people are, you know, it's because of the fact that the property hasn't been talked about, you know, or most people don't even know what the fuck Barbarella is. Like, you can definitely play around with that, but, you know, you got to still be careful, and I feel like you should still lean to the things that define the character in that world and stuff. But, you know, just tell a really good story for it. That's what I would want. Her boobs need to get second million. I think they will. Well, it's her, and then boob number 1, then boob number 2. So it's like top 3. They're gonna get the top 3 billion, I would say. Oh, Chad, I'm getting nasty. I'm getting nasty. Look what you're doing to me. Look what you're doing to me, Chad. Look what you're doing to me. I was shocked we saw someone else's boobs in Immaculate before hers. I know. Well, I've talked about that. Like, watch my review for Immaculate. I've talked about how that movie it presents her like so much. Yes, there is so much attention towards her body for obvious because she's a beautiful woman. She absolutely is. But I realized like watching the film and when I did my review, I was like, oh, I understand why she picked this role because, you know, she's well aware how people view her and how they view her body, and she picked that movie where it's her body being out of her control, you know. Given the circumstances of that movie and the story that they're telling, I can see like, oh, she wanted to kind of do like a weird inverse. It's like it's not about the sexual gratification of her body; it's about someone abusing her body, which I thought was very interesting, and I like that. I liked it about the movie. I didn't love the movie like a lot of people did, but she was very good in it. She was very good in it. The tone of that movie would need to go something like Fifth Element, yeah, which is, you know, which not everyone loves, but it could be interesting. Right now, you could probably even make a statement about such as, yeah, you probably could. You probably could. Yes. Saw the original last week. It was interesting, says Will. I want the casting to go company left. Tilda Swinton as Barbarella. Fuck you, you're going to have a fucking rebellion on your hands if you do that. Androgynous Barbarella. Oh, my Lord. Woo! But there you go, chap. There you go. Some Night Bunnies is bad, little frog. And there you have it, my friend.